welcome to another episode of Whoniverse, Reviewniverse. This time we're going to be reviewing Vengeance on Varos. This time I'm going to be doing this review in my car. Lately I've been really cramped on time between work, home, real life, I guess. And I have recorded this review twice. Both times I've had problems. The first time I had all kinds of synchronization issues. My voice was about a minute off in some parts. And it just ended up messing up the whole video. The second time I did the review, I left a whole bunch of stuff out and I didn't want to give you guys kind of like a half of a review. So anyway, this is really a good episode. It's a good story. It's a 4-episode story. It aired in January 1985. It has the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, who a lot of people regard as their least favorite out of the 11. I actually like him. I'm not going to really say where he is out of my 11 because I think I'm going to actually do a video of my top 11 Doctors list, I guess. Anyway, the sidekick in this one is Perry, who is my least favorite companion out of all the Doctor's companions that I can think of right now. And it's not really because she did like she was a horribly written character or anything. It wasn't like that. It was that I guess being an American and seeing many British actors and Scottish actors, a lot of non-American English-speaking country actors doing an American accent flawlessly. To example, Christian Bale does a great American accent. Perry, horrible American accent. And basically, the Doctor and Perry are on the TARDIS. The TARDIS starts malfunctioning. They're running out of a mineral that can only be found on this planet Varos. But they have to go to this planet during the right time because it's only being mined during certain years. So they land, and it just so happens that this planet is a crazy planet. It actually reminds me, if you've ever seen the movie Cube, it was a movie, I believe it was released in the mid-90s. A lot of the things are kind of similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's really similar. And basically, TV has got to a point where it kind of is all these people on the planet do, and it is all reality TV kind of thing, which is awesome because this was done in 1985. I mean, this is years before reality TV was done. And like voting takes place on TV. You vote by hitting a yes or no button right next to your TV, and the governor at the time sits in an electric chair kind of thing. Well, it's a chair that has like a zapper. I don't really know how to explain it. Anyway, and he can die if he gets too many no votes. And then if he dies, then another citizen is randomly appointed, and they have to govern. The Doctor and Perry land right next to a televised torture of a prisoner, and they're using like hallucinations on him. At first, there's a guard there with an anti-hallucination helmet on, and the guard thinks he is hallucinating because he just saw the TARDIS land. So they help the prisoner escape, and they're running through the areas of the prison, and they see every area has a different hallucination. This is the part that reminded me of the movie Cube, because every area has a new hallucination, and it's kind of like in Cube where every new sector of the cube had a different like death trap. So they finally do get to a point where they get behind the scenes, so to say, where the governor is and all that, and they see probably the most infamous monster of this period of Doctor Who. Still, he's like a worm-like creature that's I guess like a snake with a face and arms, and has like a Hannibal Lecter type laugh, and he's really done well, especially for the time that this episode came out, 1985, for low budget TV. I mean, this is an awesome character. Now, for the time, also, this is kind of a violent story. There's a part where the Doctor he sneaks up on these two guards and they fall into an acid bath. Probably another really famous scene from this. A lot of people remember this scene. It's actually pretty morbid. And this and Attack of the Cybermen, these were the first two of the season. Attack of the Cybermen comes right before Vengeance on Varos, and after this season, there was a 18-month hiatus before the Trial of the Time Lord season. So anyway, this is the second story of season 22, and this is also story number 139. It's one of my favorite Colin Baker stories, and a lot of people give this guy a lot of crap. I think he's very unique in being a Doctor. He has a sense of humor that a lot of people wouldn't grasp onto, I guess. It was Colin Baker himself had been used to playing bad guys. He had played a villain before in Doctor Who, which is kind of odd. There are many people throughout the years of Doctor Who that have played multiple characters. As far as I know, Colin Baker's the only one that played a character and then came back to play the Doctor. It's just very odd. Anyway, he has this thing about him where he doesn't really let people know what he's thinking at the time, and people don't have a lot of trust in him. For instance, if you were to watch, say, an 11th Doctor, a current episode, and the 11th Doctor starts going off and doing something and leaves Amy and Rory behind, Amy and Rory are going to sit there and go, "Oh, it's all right, don't worry. He knows what he's doing. He always does this kind of stuff. We're confident with him." And they might think, "Oh no, what's he doing for now?" But they always come back around to it. Whereas the interaction between the trust factor just isn't there between Perry and the Doctor. It's always like this, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?" kind of attitude, rather than having some trust in him. Maybe that's one of the things that people didn't like. Maybe it's one of the things that I guess just played into it. Maybe the viewers at the time didn't have a trust with the Doctor. But I don't know. It's just one thing that pops out in this. I noticed it actually in this one and Revelation of the Daleks. It happens quite a bit. Anyway, this is a great story. I really like that it's kind of like a political statement and a Doctor Who story. It's not too science fiction-y, and it's not too political. It's very good. It's a very good mix, blend of the two. As for DVD extras, we have the making of featurette. It's called Nice or Nasty. It's 29 minutes long. It is. We have one of these on every DVD, but this one was made specially for the special edition one. I don't know if the original DVD release, I don't have the original DVD release, so I don't know if that one had a making of featurette and it's different. It would be different because it actually mentions in this one that it is the special edition and blah, blah, blah. This one's really heavy on being a TV, or a TV-based story, in that, I mean, that the entire population of Varos is entertained by the TV. They kind of theme the interviews as if you were watching them on a TV inside your TV, I guess. It's very, if you watch the episode and then if you watch the story Vengeance on Varos and then the making of, it'll make more sense on the backgrounds and stuff. As far as this special edition DVD, everything is on the second disc. The movie is on the first disc, and that's about it. The movie, the commentary, and that's about it. Pretty much everything else is on the second DVD. There's also a little featurette called The Idiot's Lantern that talks about TV in Doctor Who. For instance, if anybody remembers, I think it was The Chase is the episode from the first Doctor, where they are watching they're watching Abraham Lincoln on a TV in the TARDIS. And there are a lot of moments like that in the history of Doctor Who. They actually show a couple clips from the 9th and 10th Doctors with TV in them, like news broadcasts, and it shows how it makes the story more realistic to have news broadcasts in it. I really hope you're not getting that sun glare. Anyway, there's a 4-minute behind the scenes extra. It's really just long shots of the outtakes, kind of. It's not really behind the scenes as far as I'm concerned. There's a 17-minute featurette of extended and deleted scenes from the DVD, or from the story. There are 3 minutes of outtakes. There's a 1-minute there's the acid bath scene is its own featurette. What they did with this one is take they rescored the music. I would have liked for them to have this one with the original acid bath scene and then the rescored one, so that you could just see the difference immediately. Otherwise, I mean, you end up watching this one and saying, "Oh, that's really good. Let me go back and find this one." You have to kind of skip through the other DVD, which is on another disc. You have to skip through that just to see what the original one, what the music sounded like in that one specifically, to compare and contrast. It would have just been nice, and it's only another minute, so I don't see it as really infringing on the DVD size. There's also about a minute-long clip of BBC News where they're announcing that Colin Baker is going to be taking over as the 6th Doctor. There's a thing called Tomorrow's Times on the 6th Doctor. They've had this Tomorrow's Times on a couple of the DVDs. This one is specifically on Colin Baker as the Doctor. There's a extra breakfast time, interview with Colin Baker. It's only about 5 minutes long. There's a show, Saturday's Superstore, with Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. That one's about 15 minutes long. There's a special feature called French and Saunders. This is a comedy sketch that was done on the Doctor Who set. And of course, this has the PDF and the PDF documents that all of the DVDs have. It has the photo gallery that a lot of them have. Has the isolated music score that a lot of them have. And it also has a trailer for the upcoming release, Ambassadors of Death, which I've already pre-ordered and will be coming out next month. I'm not sure when it comes out in the UK. It might already be out, I'm not sure. But yeah, here it comes out next month, October. And I think it's around October 14th or whatever the Tuesday around that is. There's also an extra called Continuities, where it just shows the lead-in and the out credits, the end credits, with the voiceover from the original BBC broadcasts, where they would say next week on Doctor Who, so on and so forth. So if you're building a Doctor Who DVD collection, obviously you're going to have to buy this DVD if you're having an all-out every Doctor Who DVD collection. However, if you're building more like minimalist or a how do you say, like a essentials collection, I guess, I would say that this would be one for your Doctor Who Colin Baker Sixth Doctor Essentials collection. Even though he didn't have many stories, he had 11 storylines as the Sixth Doctor. One at the end of season 21, and then the Twin Dilemma was his first one, and then you have 6 in season 22, and then you have the 4 stories in season 23 that make up the Trial of a Time Lord set, but that kind of counts as one story depending on who you're asking. So I would say this should be in almost every Doctor Who DVD collection. It's not, I wouldn't say it's the top 11 storylines. However, I do believe that it is one of the best. So that's really it for this episode of Whoniverse Reviewniverse. I'm sorry again that this is in the car. Actually, let me know what you think of this, because I spend a lot of time in the car. I have almost an hour drive to work and an hour drive home, so I have a lot of time in the car to do this kind of stuff. And I'm pretty safe about it. You're on my dashboard, so it's no less safe to look at you than it is my speedometer. So anyway, let me know what you think of this in the comments section below, and maybe if I do more of these, I'll be able to get them out more often. Because I have a lot of DVDs I've watched and not a lot that I've been able to review for you guys. The next story, just so you guys know, I get a lot of questions on what one am I going to do next, what story am I going to do next. The next one will be The Rescue, and hopefully the one after that will be The Romans, just because the box set goes together. I'm kind of on a First Doctor kick right now. I actually got a request from Time Travel Hyman 88 to do a review of The Face of Evil and The Robots of Death. I don't have these on DVD though, and I like to go over the special features as well as the stories. I do have these on VHS, so let me know also in the comments if you want me to do any VHS reviews, because I can do some more that I don't actually have on DVD. For instance, I have Terror of the Zygons on VHS. I actually just rewatched that the other day with my son. So, if you guys want me to do any reviews of those. Also, I've been planning on doing some Torchwood and Sarah Jane reviews, and I've also been doing. I've really been planning on doing some newer Doctor Who reviews, but I don't really know how to go about that since they're only sold in the seasons or partial seasons, and I don't really know how to go about doing that other than the specials. Specials are easy to do, but let's not get ahead of it. Really, the trouble right now is trying to get time to record these reviews. So, sorry if this is a horrible recording. Sorry if it's too loud. this microphone might be picking up with some other things. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking it through the video if you watched to this point of the review. And I'll see you next time. I'm going to try to get these videos out once a week, hopefully. We'll see. Of course, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. And we'll see how well we can stick to that schedule. So, see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.